Hey guys, this is a video on the Eternity's Advent, made by
Harbinger.
Harbinger. I did it right the first time. Alright. The Eternity's Advent, not only being a cool-ass ship, is the main, air quotes, protagonist ship in Project Outlands, a space engineer series that I do on my Get Brock channel. Who honestly knows if we're actually the protagonist, considering how many war crimes we generally commit. But yeah, if you watch the series, it's from this ship's point of view. A little backstory on how the ship came into being. Originally, I tried to build the Eternity back before it was called the Eternity. We called it the Oatmeal because it was dummy thick. But my version was even bigger than this one, and about midway through I realized it was out of control, so I petitioned Ace here to make me a slightly smaller version. This one's still quite large and in charge, to reduce that issue, and it turned out quite well. The main objective, so to speak, of the design process was to have a very large hangar, a main firing, a main slave to battery system for weapons, decent amount of secondaries, but still also be somewhat logically balanced, right? No turret spam, whatever. Kind of to give that World War II battleship vibe mixed with a Halo-esque design. She's obviously a little overpowered, all things considered, but she is the largest threat in the system, being the main protagonist ship, so on and so forth. She does have weaknesses, blind spots, but we'll probably cover that coming up here.
This area is basically you walk straight through the airlock, and, well, here's where you end up. The large central stairwell obviously stands out immediately. Directly across the way is the starboard airlock. Since there's fewer rooms up top, I think we should start that way.
Yeah.
Nothing too grandiose up this way. We'll cover this room in a minute, because that leads to a few additional ones. However, up here, basically, this is where the lower-ranking crew sleep. As of right now, that is the plebeians. This is where the plebeians sleep. as of right now, the only crew members who sleep in this area are Lieutenant Link and Ensign Tiber. So we come on through here. Let's turn on the lights. All right. So we'll start with this room. This room's unoccupied. So this is effectively the accommodations that the lower-ranking crew receive. They have shared lockers, a shared armory, a basic table for themselves, and the beds. They also have cargo access, so if they need to access the ship's main conveyor system for, well, anything, excuse me, they have that ability. They also have, obviously, an air supply, because as much as lower-ranking crew don't matter,
we do want them to stick around, yeah.
They need to breathe to at least carry out their orders, so they do have an air supply.
Yeah, we turn it off when they start talking back too much, you know.
Of course. Yeah. So, it's just a basic toilet. I mean, Jesus.
Close that. We'll edit that out. No.
Okay. Somebody had a bad day. So, they'll make do with what we give them.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I seal myself in a dark room. So moving back to the room we skipped over. This is just a basic oxygen storage hole, or it was.
Yeah, so I guess I'll mention that we did gut out a lot of the visual appealing things, like oxygen tanks that look really cool and stuff like that, just for performance things for the server, as we do have quite large battles. So if you see some questionably placed conveyors that would look way better with oxygen containers, it's probably because we gutted those out. This is where we grow our vegetables, but, they only get rations.
We call them vegetables. That's what we
are you talking about the crew, or are you talking about the plant?
Yes.
No comment.
Alright, moving down the stairwell from the docking bay, first room up is the armory. So, I mentioned this one previously. I didn't realize the ship was pressurized. Okay, then. It's broke. Pressurization is buggy anyways. So, this is effectively just a large armory for all the crew. So if we ever need to deploy, if we ever need to load up and go on, send off away missions, for some reason the captain loves his away missions, but
Talking shit.
Besides that, you know, if we ever need to send the crew on away missions, they obviously need to be equipped because we actually want the mission to be successful. So this is where they would equip. Back in my old school days, the only time I ever used a locker room, there was a very restricted availability on bathrooms, and that was a nightmare. So, so this armory comes with not one but 2 toilets.
Some repressed memories from Ace's childhood here, manifesting as ship design.
God, they're not even repressed. Oh man, I just remember that. It's horrid. But continuing through, this was also supposed to be an oxygen tank.
Yeah, I don't know why it ended up golden, but you know, whatever.
Well, the original tank was.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be mentioning any more detailed changes, but
yeah.
Do you want to?
Let's go down and then do hangar last. I think.
All right. So skipping that room for now. The medical bay, obviously, every ship needs one.
It's okay. The lower enlisted can put band-aids on and deal with the problem that way.
Yeah. This is a toilet. No need to mind. Just an extra toilet in case you can't make it up or down the stairs. We've all had our days.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the bridge. I guess we still have some of the old data on here. I forget why a bowl of oatmeal was critical to a mission briefing, but I vaguely remember it being very important.
No, it's incredibly important. That needs to stay there, yeah.
As you say, sir. So, the Bridge of Eternity's advent is much more spacious, much more, offers much more visibility than conventional design. This is mainly meant because Eternity's advent is supposed to have large perception, large area of I don't know the naval term for this. However, the senior officers want a good view. The ship gets a good view.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean, in terms of Eternity's designed deployment parameters, even though she is a large ship capable of brawling with cruisers or even older battleships, she's never really meant to be deployed as a single lone-off vessel. She's way too expensive for that. Instead, she's kind of more of a force multiplier for cruisers in a fleet formation and acts as artillery more so than really a frontline unit. So the officers want to see. The behind-the-scenes version is, I want to fucking see when I film my shit. God, I'm swearing again. God damn it. This video's fucked. All right.
Monetization go out the window.
Monetization go burr.
You want to cover your office, or
Sure. This is where I yell at people and get drunk with Ace. Done.
And the captain does have his own toilet because, yes.
Yeah, bowls of oatmeal pass through me very rapidly. What can I say?
Very pristine flooring, very comfortable room. Because the captain needs luxury to overcome the stress of having to deal with obnoxious, difficult, and disobedient Tiber junior officers.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how it's like T-posing, but for 2020, whatever the fuck year we're in. Meow!
Oh God! Excuse my old lady, please. One moment. What? What do you want, baby? What is it? Is it you lonely? You lonely? All right. So this is effectively where the computer systems are managed. We're supposed to send the junior officers down here to slave away, but
yeah, I don't think you trust the junior officers to fuck with these systems.
I don't trust the junior officers with any of this. So I handle it myself, among with way too many other responsibilities. This room over here is just a cryo room. This was never furnished nor finished. Yeah. I believe this was actually meant to be an escape pod bay, but, you know, we kind of launched without them.
Yeah, and it's not like I'd use escape pod bays anyway, if history is anything to go by.
Oh, yes. Also, you just have to love how the cryopods have very square windows.
Yeah.
Look at that lighting. All right. Yes, this is where I went to wake up the crew when we first arrived in the First Fleet system. Rise and shine, motherfuckers!
Oh, God. Fucking Christ.
Why does this always happen to me?
Yeah, let's get back on track. So, this way heads to the back of the ship. As you can see, there are a lot of rooms in this direction. There are also normally automated sensors, but I believe they're disabled.
Yeah.
So, moving to the first room. This is the main conference room. Basically, we all come, sit at the table, and, well, Brock is supposed to sit at the chair on this
Yeah, I
end.
want a podium. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's supposed to sit in the chair to speak to us, but instead he just jumps on his desk and gets his dirty boot prints all over it.
That's what the... Yep. I like to assert myself. What can I say? At this point, I'm pretty sure you run the ship, and I take all the credit for it, but, you know, whatever.
I mean, I wasn't going to bring that up, but yeah. So,
but yeah.
This does have a presentation mode. So when we need to cover basic information, when we need to cover battle strategies, we basically do it from here.
Yeah.
So there's another room across this way. This is effectively the ward room. This is where, as you can see, there were supposed to be a great many officers aboard this vessel.
But they're all probably dead.
I mean...
Or revolting,
so
you know, take your pick, really.
There's kind of only 3 of us, and one of them usually just crashes in his own room drunk. So, usually there's only 2 of us in here. Yeah, nope. So, moving further in. This room, we won't cover that quite yet.
You'll see that one in the series, or you can discover it if you download this off the workshop. Follow Harbinger Ace. Let's go.
Would you like to take a look at the quarters first, or engineering?
Let's do engineering, then quarters, I guess.
All right.
So
we'll head down. Excuse me. All right. Okay. In reality, this is the resource processing room. This is where our refineries and assemblers basically are. The room is very open, very spacious. Probably very warm, but we have our environmentally controlled suits, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
There's still a lot of materials being moved around, moved in. Those are never going to get done because obviously we're stranded in an alien star system. But the all of the processing bays work. All of the assembly bays work.
You can actually hear them humming right now as they process the resources we acquired from destroyed Rider vessels.
This took quite a bit of effort to do. Welcome to main engineering.
Are the hydrogen generators on?
They are.
Engines?
Let's turn those off. They're not supposed to be on. Those only turn on during condition 1. So...
Exactly.
Now, each side of the reactor core is symmetrical. So we have 4 large reactors providing power to the entire vessel. Each pair of reactors can be individually monitored and is individually controlled for added redundancy. As you can see over here, the 4th reactor is actually not finished. We really need to get the chief on that. I suppose it's not needed in absolute, but
we do come very close to redlining a lot.
I mean, yeah, we don't exactly make friends very easily, so having all that excess power might be a good idea at some point.
Yeah, no, we have a tendency to just getting shooting matches with everyone we meet. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, no, can't imagine. This very spacious room is the captain's quarters.
Yeah, it's like a jungle gym. I got multiple levels and neon lights.
The captain also has his own very large television, very large couch, and some old memories.
Yep.
Now, I also have a bit of a spacious quarters myself. I get my own large television. I get a very large couch, a bar, a desk to work at. I do actually come in here to do things, surprisingly.
What?
But something we didn't mention in your quarters, Captain, is that you had quite the view. You literally had 2 large windows. I only get 1.
Yeah, it's kind of like a ranking thing, right? You know, I have 3 stories in my room. You get 2 stories. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But I have to say I enjoy my spacious quarters, and I even get a second level with an armory, a bed, and my own amenities.
It's quite the upgrade over something like the Dawn, which is very Spartan in its crew accommodations.
Oh, and just because I've got to rub it in, I watch Stargate Atlantis because I like quality television.
I've never actually seen Stargate Atlantis, but we also don't need to keep that in the final cut. Before everyone yells at me in the comments.
All right.
We'll leave Dolphin's quarters for the viewer to discover at some point.
So let's move the whole hangar. First up, though, is actually the crew quarters.
Yeah.
Or not crew quarters. The crew hangout, the crew
Lounge.
whatnot.
Yeah.
The lounge, basically. This is where the junior officers.
This is where the normies hang out.
The table they play D&D. The table they play poker. They get their TV. They watch the Star Wars sequels because they're fucking plebs and they don't understand cultured television. They don't understand cultured science fiction.
I mean, there's a reason why they're not in command, right? So it's understandable. Like you can't expect too much from them.
So moving through, we obviously get a long airlock hallway where we get to view the incredibly large hangar. This is by far the most spacious vessel I have ever designed. I've only built 1 ship ever that was larger than this, and the hangar was less than half the size.
Yeah, this is a very large hangar. Yep.
So we can move. Let's start up here because this is simpler. This is the main Osprey landing area.
There's supposed to be 2. I literally do not know where the other one fucked off to, so we're gonna have to go find.
I don't know. Maybe the ensign took it for a joyride. Who knows?
Probably, yeah. This
Down
is where
here,
the
down
chief
here is
likes to
hangar
hang
control.
out. Yeah.
Well, this is where the chief is supposed to coordinate hangar operations, but most often the chief is on the bridge coordinating engineering and systems operations. So I have to come to the hangar and manage these affairs because we have no crew members. But
you'll be glad to know we're at least getting 1 new crew member, maybe 2.
I mean, we still gotta work on cracking that cryopod.
Yeah.
But we got the chief working on it. He's doing the best he can. But until then, we got 5. All right. So each of these hangar doors does open independently, and these doors the hangar remains pressurized despite the door being open. That is because of force fields, which somehow have been around forever. Somehow we had that before Shield Tech.
Yeah, we don't really ask questions. We just ours is but to do or die.
But as you can see, because the door over to our right there is open to the hangar, yet we are still alive, is because of those force fields. So those are nice.
I think that's the ship, huh?
That's basically the whole ship, yes.
I mean, there's a couple hidden rooms, but we don't need to go into those.
Yeah, I mean, the viewer can find those. Most of them are probably just going to go in F8 until they find everything, let's be real.
Yeah, that's what they do.
I mean, you really want to have a fun Easter... You really want to have a fun, Easter egg hunt. Try to find them all in person, running around. Trust me, if you find them, it's going to be real fun. You'll
know.
Proud of yourself.
You'll know when you find one of them.
Trust me, there's a few.
Wait, there's a few? I've only found 1.
I guess the captain's got some extra.
I got some extra, yeah. All right. Any last closing remarks on this ship? Shoutouts, the usual.
Oh yeah, big shout out. Thank you to Dolphin for basically helping this ship get finished. I was pulling massive brain farts trying to design the lower decks. that we walked through earlier. And basically, because of Dolphin, that got made in a very short time frame.
Yeah.
We pumped that out in literally 4 days.
Yeah, he's quite the worker.
Yeah, thank you to Alec, KDY, Primo Super T, Spectre25, and there's somebody I'm forgetting. I'm so sorry. You know who you are. For providing some additional inputs in aspects of the ship's design.
Yeah, she's quite impressive. Even when we were streaming the first stuff, everyone was really impressed of how badass this ship looks. Like, she sells the fact that she is a very large warship. Alright, I think we'll wrap it up there. Hey,
Alright.
Thanks for building the ship, Ace.
Thanks for paying me the slave wage to do it.
Alright.